Mr. Doxiadis, I want to take you to an example of Italy and how Matteo Renzi tried to make, and he made one of the best of the deals with Tim Cook of the Apple, so that he can build there a small academy of students in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Naples. After that, he tried to bring new investors in Milan. He's centralizing his his economic policy in Milan. Do you believe that these initiatives should be from the government, also here in Greece, or from the private sector?
The initiatives should come from the government to enable the private sector to create more jobs and to start new businesses. Most of the work has to be done by the private sector. The case of Apple in Naples is very interesting, and I think it's in the right direction, and it's an example for Greece as well. Why? Because in that case, they will try to build what we call human capital. It's not going to be an investment in equipment or in buildings or capital intensive. It's going to be an investment to bring the best of people's skills to create businesses that can then sell to the whole world. In Greece, we have a lot of people who can do that. We have very many young people who have been very well trained, who have perhaps studied in top universities abroad and are coming back or want to come back. And therefore they can start new businesses without too much investment, without a very heavy capital investment. They can create either startups or they can staff multinational technological companies subsidiaries in Greece. This is what we should be doing. And I think this is a much faster route to growth than hoping that a large industrial company will come and set up a new factory somewhere in Greece.
Do you find Greece in a worse financial situation now than Greece was when the crisis began?
There has been very little improvement as far as the banks are concerned, if that's what you mean. It is still extremely hard for new businesses or for existing good businesses to get bank funding. Unless we bring back some liquidity in the banking system, this is not going to change. And the way to bring liquidity in the banking system back passes through trust. People have to trust that the banks will be properly managed, that we're not going to have some huge state bankruptcy that is going to bankrupt the banks, etc. If we get these things right, then savings will come back to the banks and then the banks can start lending.
There has been a lot of talk in Brussels about changing for the 27 countries of the European Union, of changing the bankruptcy laws and of having a kind of Article 11 like they have in the United States. Do you believe that even in Greece we have a problem with the bankruptcy laws? Because we will see now that many very honest small medium businesses are going to close down because they don't have enough to go on.
We have a serious problem in Greece with bankruptcy law, and this has to do mainly with the personal liability, not only of the people who are owners at the time of bankruptcy, but also anybody who gets in, the ekatharistis, as we say, the administrator who gets in and tries to resolve the bankruptcy, can have very heavy personal liability, even though he has no real responsibility for what has happened. Unless we change that, we're not going to see proper restructuring of small businesses. This is the first thing we have to change.
Okay, thank you very much.